This is A-Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So what are we talking about today? Today, no video, just me and you, sis, and we're talking about why Black women are not worth the investment. And when I say investment, I mean in relationships. And that whole kerfluffle about not fixing Thanksgiving plates, whether or not you should fix them or whether or not, it means something else or you're not going to do it, made me think about this. It made me think about you're not really worth the investment. You're not making yourself worth a man's investment of anything because you want too much and you give too little. And that's really the crux of the matter. You want too much and you give too little to the relationship. You don't give anything. You don't invest anything yourself. You want a heavy investment from the man right out of the gate. No waiting, no vetting, no any of that. You want a heavy investment specifically of two things. You want a heavy investment of a man's time and his toll. You want him to spend an exorbitant amount of time with you, especially in the first get to know you stages. You don't want him to not give you the attention that you want. You want constant text, you want constant communication, and you want to be able to get into his physical presence whenever you get ready, whenever you decide that you want to be in his presence. And it doesn't matter to you what other obligations he has outside of you, what other things that he does outside of you, stuff he had going on before he met you, all of these different things. You don't really have any regard for that. You immediately insert yourself into the highest position that he has. And this is even before a relationship is established. See, y'all want that type of investment before and during, and to a certain extent after a relationship is over. You also want a heavy investment of money. You want him to give you money and you want him to spend money on you and reserve money for you. So you want this super heavy investment before anything is going on. There was this story going around on social media about the woman who went on a date with a guy, and then she brought 23 family members to that date for him to pay for, and he left her with the bill. And that was indicative. At first I thought it was a fake story, and I'm like, no, this is actually a real thing that happened, as far as I know. And she wanted to, quote unquote, test his generosity. You don't bring family members of any number, 2, 3, or 23, with you on a date with the expectation that this man is going to foot that bill for you, for him, and for all of these people that he don't know. He don't even know you. And so the audacity to try to get him to spend his toll. And that was just an example of the heavy investment that you want a man to do while you still decide whether or not you're going to talk to him tomorrow. And this is the little return, all right, that you want with the heavy upfront investment. Anytime somebody want money upfront and a bunch of time upfront without actually giving you or promising you anything, those are a lot of times are scams. Those are scams. And that's what y'all be out here doing. Y'all be out here scamming these dudes for their time and for their toll. You would not go into anything where they say, okay, you got to put up $10,000 up front and you got to put in, 80 hours for the first 2 weeks before you can even start to see whether or not this is something that might work. And we still don't promise that you'll have the results that you're looking for. But in order to get the chance to get the result, you got to put up this heavy investment up front. Nobody's in their right mind gonna do that. Nobody in their right mind does that. Those are scams. Those are pyramid schemes. Those are Ponzi schemes. Okay, these are scams and schemes and frauds that we're talking about. And this is what you want men to do. And this is why they're opting out a lot of times of doing any of these things that you think and expect men to do. You don't have a good return of investment. Because you don't return anything because there's no investment. You don't invest any real emotion in the situation. And offsetting your negative emotions and insecurities and past hurts onto him for him to fix doesn't count as an emotional investment. Let me say that one more time for those in the back that think that that's an emotional investment. You coming with all your emotional investment, your emotional baggage coming up, and you a bag lady coming through with all of your past baggage. This dude did that to you. This dude said that to you, and you ain't got over none of it. You've just allowed it to accumulate and pile up and pile up and pile up. And then once you get a guy that you feel is capable of some sort of leadership and capable and just a capable man, you take all of that baggage and offset it to him for him to sort. Now that means you want a heavy investment of trouble, which is connected to his problem solving. Now you want a heavy investment of that from him. So he's supposed to sort out all of your, insecurities about relationships. And he's supposed to sort out all of your past pain that you have not even bothered to dig through and sort out and figure out for yourself. That was your job. But you so busy hopping from dude to dude that you don't take the time out to actually evaluate and take into inventory all of the things that's been going on with you and why you're hopping from man to man, why these relationships are not quite working out, what's going on your end that's contributing to these failures in these relationships. And part of that is because you don't have any healthy emotional investment into the relationship. You just dump. And that is not an emotional investment. He's not proving his love to you or proving his dedication to you by sorting through all of your issues while you sit back and, pick your nails. Ain't nobody got time for that, sis. Boop, knock that off. Those are not emotional investments. That is emotional baggage. And that is a sure way to get a man to turn his back on you and ghost you, or whatever. Even if you felt like it might have been going somewhere, as soon as you wave that red flag, he's gone, and I don't blame him. Next thing that you don't do is there is no financial investment on your part at all. Like none. You don't pay for dinner. You don't pay for dates. You don't buy gifts. You don't do these sorts of things. And sometimes even when you do, it's with an ulterior motive. You're keeping count. Well, I bought you this for your birthday, but you ain't get me nothing for my birthday, or it wasn't equal what you did, or, I took you. So you keep count. So it's not coming from a good place. It's not coming from an altruistic place. I'm just doing something out of the kindness of my heart for somebody that I say I care about. Y'all don't go into it like that. And then you complain about you're never gonna build a bum, but you build bums all the time. Y'all are always paying for a dude to slide through and break your back. You always do that. It's the man with the plan that you don't want to build with. And that's when you call yourself, I'm not gonna put no money up. You know what I'm saying? Because he want me to build him. But you just built a dude 2 months ago. Built a dude, but you didn't do nothing really but pay. You know what I'm saying? Buy all his Uber Eats that he was ordering. Okay? So he could slide through and not give you nothing. And you was willing to do that, knowing full and well this dude didn't have no return for that investment anyway. And you really wasn't looking for a real return. You was just looking for somebody to pretend like they wanted to cuddle with you that night and throw your back out or whatever. And then that was it. You get a little bit of masculine energy And that is most of the time sexual from that man while still being unfulfilled and still putting out money. And y'all will do that forever and a day for these so-called Pookies and so-called Ray Rays. Y'all will do that all the time. But when a man come through and say, okay, this is the plan, and I want you to help me by investing some portion of your time, some portion of your energy, and some portion of your money into this if we're going to be together, because I'm looking to also benefit you when I benefit me. And y'all will argue about that tooth and nail. He can't do that with you. You go kicking and screaming, talking about why I gotta build a man, because you don't even understand what he's asking you to do. He's not asking you to build him. He's asking you to help build with him. And that there is a very distinct difference, because it's capped to say y'all don't build men. You pay for dudes. Like you trick off on dudes. Women be tricking off on dudes. Men are not the only simp lollipoppies. It's a lot of y'all, some simp lolly mommies. Shout out to Danica Marie. It's a lot of y'all simp lolly mommies that come through and you a sucker. But I don't think y'all ready for that conversation about how these females be simping. I might have to do something on that. Anyway, moving past that, so you don't make financial investments and you don't even come to relationships in good faith. You come with the preconceived notions and preconceived expectations of failure always on his part with the relationship. So you come in as if he's already done something wrong to you and that now he got to make up. Like you come into the relationship on some, you got to prove it. You got to make up to me for all of the past stuff that I've been through with dudes, which ain't got nothing to do with that dude. Now you would call a dude weak when he come through and be like, okay, now you got to pay for everything my baby mama did. And you got to pay for the broken heart of my ex-girlfriend or whatever the case may be. Like you got to pay for that. So you got to prove forever and a day that you're not disloyal or that you're not doing this and that, because and you'll immediately spot that as an insecurity from that dude. Be like, no, he too insecure because he don't trust nothing I say. He doesn't believe anything. I'm running around here like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to prove to him that I'm being loyal and that I'm being true and that I'm being trustworthy, and he just doesn't believe anything. You'll recognize immediately that the problem is not with you, it's with him. He's being insecure. This is coming from somewhere else, not something that you've done to him or any experience that y'all have had together. But when the shoe is on the other foot, all of a sudden you don't understand that. So he's not supposed to be able to look at you and say, no, ma'am, you are insecure and I'm not going to pay for the bad choices that you made in men, or how long you stayed in crazy bad relationships, or how long you was dealing with a dude that was doing you dirty, you know what I'm saying, and all this sort of stuff. And I'm coming through clean. I don't have nothing to do with that man. I don't even know him. I don't know what y'all history was. I don't know what y'all was going through. I don't know none of that. And then you're not gonna come make me pay for that, because I'm trying to start with a clean slate with you, because we are a clean slate. I don't know nothing about you. You don't know nothing about me. And we're trying to vet each other. But y'all come through without any investment. If you're not going to invest any time, any energy, any emotion, or anything into a relationship, how do you expect to have one? How do you really truly expect to have a healthy, long-lasting relationship? You can't do it, because you don't come in with nothing. You got to put skin in the game if you want the game to work. You can't come through and he got to put all the skin, you don't put none, and then but you reap all the benefits. Boop, that's a scam. That's a fraud. Start calling y'all Bernie Madoffs. Y'all some Madoffs around here, because y'all trying to make off with a relationship without putting no skin in it. These are the issues. This is the problem, sis. This is the problem with your relationships. Go back and sit down and think about it. What did you really put into that? Anything positive, anything negative? Garbage in, garbage out. So sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, And this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.